chaos, and maple syrup. The room was packed. Cameras buzzed, pens scratched, and aides flitted around like caffeinated bees around a flaming dumpster. In the center of it all stood James Comer, dressed in a sharp blue suit and the unshakable conviction that somewhere, somehow, Hunter Biden was manipulating global affairs via a toaster. Behind him, a stack of binders leaned precariously to one side, each labeled in marker. Evidence, potential evidence, recipes that could be coded messages, and MISC pancake connections. Comer cracked his knuckles. Today wasn't about facts. It was about feeling facts, interpreting them, massaging them into the shape of a scandal. His moment had come. "Mr. Chairman," he began, in the booming cadence of a man narrating his own documentary, "I have here documented proof of financial malfeasance tied directly to the Biden family and the international breakfast cartel." The gallery blinked, slowly. "Are you alleging," a reporter whispered to another, "that the President of the United States is secretly in bed with IHOP?" "I think he's suggesting Waffle House," the other murmured. "It's hard to tell. He's got string diagrams." And string diagrams he did. Comer yanked a whiteboard from under the table and slapped it upright. A tangled mess of red yarn connected names, diners, and inexplicable photos of crepes. In the center, circled 3 times in green highlighter, Hunter's Latte, 11:23 timestamp. Across the chamber, Jamie Raskin adjusted his glasses with the poise of a man not angry, not surprised, just deeply, existentially tired. His suit was crisp, his expression unreadable. His soul, however, appeared to have momentarily left his body. "I thought this hearing was about government accountability," he muttered, "not brunch-themed paranoia." Comer grinned like a man who just outfoxed a GPS. "Follow the syrup, Jamie." And with that, the match began. Raskin stood slowly, smoothing the front of his jacket, like a professor preparing to destroy a very confident freshman's conspiracy-laced term paper. His voice, calm and clipped, sliced through the air like a guillotine made of footnotes. "Mr. Comer," he said, "your theory appears to be that the geopolitical order of the free world hinges on a man's breakfast habits." "It's not a theory, sir," Comer snapped. "It's a revelation. There's a pattern here. Every time Hunter eats a Western omelet, someone in Eastern Europe loses a government contract." Raskin blinked hard. "That is possibly the most creative misuse of correlation I've heard since Kanye West claimed he invented Tesla." The exchange escalated like a caffeine-fueled Cold War. Comer shouted. Raskin quipped. Comer flailed his arms like a man trying to flag down a UFO. Raskin countered with increasingly academic burns that sounded like Shakespeare if he were really into Twitter. "You're projecting harder than a drive-in theater in July," he fired off, flipping open a pocket-sized Constitution. "You've brought no evidence, just vibes, and not even the good kind. These are Facebook uncle vibes." Comer, shaking now, reached behind him and produced a framed tweet. He held it up like a torch. This post was deleted. Why? Because it was a meme of a squirrel photoshopped onto the White House lawn. Raskin cried, rubbing his temples. The whiteboard tipped over. One of the aides tripped over a bundle of yarn and fell into a stack of binders, sending evidence flying into the air like bureaucratic confetti. Still, neither man blinked. They were locked in battle, logic versus Looney Tunes, clause versus clamor. Comer began reading from a document allegedly sourced from a whistleblower known only as Patriot Beard 93. Raskin countered by projecting the actual source, an Amazon review for a pancake mold. "I trusted you, Beard," Comer whispered, devastated. By now, chairs had shifted. Interns had started betting quietly in the back row. 2-1 Raskin drops a Hamilton quote, one whispered. $5 says Comer accuses syrup of being a bioweapon. As if summoned, Comer pulled out a bottle of Vermont maple syrup and shouted, "Do we even know what's in this? Has it been tested for deep state nanobots?" Raskin raised a hand. "Mr. Chairman, I'd like to formally request a sanity recess." The chairwoman was visibly Googling how to resign mid-hearing. And then, suddenly, violently, the chamber doors flew open. Bernie Sanders, furious and wielding a massive sandwich, stormed in like a unionized thunderclap. "I am once again asking you," he thundered, "to focus on literally anything that matters." Everyone froze, even Comer. Even the bobblehead of Joe Biden on Comer's desk stopped nodding. Bernie stared at them, shook his head, took a bite of his sandwich, and left. Silence hung in the air like fog in a Scooby-Doo episode. The tension broke, not with a bang, but with a sigh, Comer's shoulders slumping as if the weight of 1,000 discarded subpoenas had finally settled on him. Raskin looked down at the shredded documents strewn across the floor and then back at Comer. "Truce," he offered. Comer, sweat-stained and syrup-drenched, nodded. "Only if we agree never to speak of brunch again." Raskin extended a hand. "No promises." They shook. The cameras flashed. The nation watching from afar felt no wiser, only mildly more entertained. No laws had been passed, no truths had been revealed. But somewhere in the chaos of it all, democracy had taken a very weird, very loud breath and decided, for better or worse, to keep going.